Hello and welcome. It's another edition of My Favorite Games, and today it's going to be my honor to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night on the original PlayStation. Now, this game is one that is absolutely one of my favorites of all time. I'm totally in love with this game. I replay it not quite every year around October, but most of the time around October every year or every other year. I will revisit this game because I just love it, and really, it just has such great atmosphere, such great music, and it's one of those games that I feel is timeless. Like, you'll be able to play this forever. I don't think it'll reach that point where it's not fun to play because it's too outdated or too old or whatever. Like, it has struck that perfect balance. But anyway, I have a lot to say about this game. Some stories to tell, a lot to get into, a lot that I would kind of want to show you here. So I guess without further ado, I'll get into it. But right away off the bat here, your first menu, the music sets the tone. And for now, I'm going to start a new game here. Or not. Yeah, I need to do a quick memory card switch. Let's do that one in slot 1. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to play the entire intro and everything here. I'm going to skip what I can. But I do like how right away you start with the last stage from the game that came before this. Listen to that music. Hell yeah. Look at Richter standing there like a badass. Striking a pose. This is the final stairway to Dracula here, right? This is like, peak Castlevania here, and you get it right off the bat in this game, which I think is really cool. I like that. Oops. Botching that. Little hidden area. I actually don't think there's anything up here other than extra hearts for an attack that I'm probably not going to use. My thing is I like to play Dracula with no special attacks or anything and try not to get hit. Famous cutscene here.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you!
Classic dialogue. Classic. And it's funny, too, because I remember when this came out, I didn't think it was cool. I thought it was embarrassing. And I was like, man, I wish it was written and acted better, right? Richter sounds so cheesy. But now, all these years later, like, people love it, and myself included. And it didn't take long, actually, before I started to love it either. I think we've got... Nope. I timed that wrong. I thought he was going to do his alternate fireball attack there. Here it is. But yeah, I actually, when I was in a metal band, we had our intro as we were taking the stage. Kind of like these ambient noises and stuff, right, to kind of get the crowd hyped for us to come out. And there was a lot of audio clips. I had some like Quake 3 music and stuff that was just like from the space levels and stuff, the space maps rather. and I took that sound clip of Dracula saying, "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets," and I had that in our little sample box so that would play on repeat a few times as we were getting ready to come out. I just thought it was such a badass line. And that was before like YouTube was even a thing, right? So there wasn't like, you know, all these people running around like, you know, at conventions or whatever going, "What is a man?" And like, you know, like everybody knows the line now, and it felt like back then that people didn't necessarily know where I'd taken that sample from. It just sounded like a cool thing to have somebody say. But anyway, so far I'm doing okay on my perfect Dracula run. There's still time for me to goof it up though. Oh no! Totally blew it. Oh man, embarrassing. Well, now I may as well just do this.
No, it cannot be!
Richter's holy water attack is awesome. It just rains holy water and just annihilates everything on the screen. So maybe in a way it's good that I got hit so you can see that if you hadn't already seen what that looks like. So this is kind of, you know, setting the stage for what's to come now, right? We thought Dracula was down, but now just a few years later, he's resurrected again. 4 years later, I guess it says. And now Alucard, who is Dracula's son, is half human, half vampire. He comes back after going into like a deep sleep after, I think it was Castlevania 3. And so now he's back to try and put Dracula away for good by himself. That's what they're kind of explaining here. I love this music though, it's so good. And you see the castle up on top of the mountain here. It's an epic soundtrack. I love that. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline. So great. And this final line here, I love it. Dracula's castle beckons for him, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. Oh man, goosebumps. Excellent. Excellent. So when this game came out, Sony was really just breaking new ground left and right with 3D video games on the PlayStation, right? Not just Sony, right? Everybody was doing 3D stuff. You had Namco and oh, actually, let me shut up for a minute. I love it. Oh, he's such a badass, running so fast through the forest like that. It's so killer. And this is one of the best intros ever. I just love it. Right, you hear that wind, the thunder and lightning. You go in and it's all dark in here, right? I just love it. That music kicks in. You got cool details like that window opening and closing back there. God, what a great intro. Seriously. One of the best of all time. So as I was going to say before, PlayStation was, you know, a couple years in at this point when this game came out, because this was 1997 that Castlevania came out, And 3D was like the future, man. Everybody was making 3D games, right? You had Sega with stuff like Virtua Fighter and Daytona and Virtua Cop, all that stuff. And Sony had Toshinden and on their platform, Ridge Racer and Tekken and stuff, right? So everybody was going toward 3D, polygon-based graphics and stuff. And then you had this game come out, which looked, reminiscent of the Super Nintendo era.
Alucard.
And I'm gonna skip. Nope, I guess I'm not skipping anything because it won't let me.
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again.
What? I love it. So now I don't have my gear anymore. Right, he took all my gear, he ran off. So now you get to go run throughout the castle, finding all your stuff. Because when he came in, total badass, right? Slaying those giant wolves with one hit with my sword. But anyway, I was gonna say this game comes out and it's a 2D game, which I remember at the time, I don't think this was actually true, but I remember at the time hearing about Sony having some policy that 2D games weren't allowed on the platform. And, they wanted everything to look as cutting edge and 3D as possible, so there was no place for a game like this, really. And this game, it just kicks ass and proves that, 3D was not necessary back then. You can have this huge, deep game like this with so much going on and still have these sprite-based 2D graphics. And honestly, this is more colorful and better looking than anything that was on the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo had some great looking games, don't get me wrong, right? There's some timeless classic games there, but it just didn't have a game that looked this good. And I get it, it's weird to look at something like Metal Gear Solid, which didn't come out until the year after this, right? But it's weird to look at a game like that and then look at this, and I can see how back then people would have thought this looked like some old-timey shit, but really it's just a classic game here. I love that music too. It's so good. There's so many good tracks in this game, so many awesome songs. I could just listen to that music all day. It's too bad it doesn't play when you're in the menu here. Should go back here. It's a save thing. Actually, now that I'm into it, and you've seen the little intro area, which is what I wanted to show off. I wanted to go through the opening area. Maybe I'll get all the way to the first boss, and then I'll load up another save. But I wanted to get a little farther into it so I can kind of explore deeper into the castle. I don't really have a great save that's super far in, though. The only save I've got is about 20% in. But I'll still load that in a little bit here. Let's go wipe out the first boss. So I remember PlayStation Magazine, or PSM, did a huge cover story on this game. It was their second issue, and I've got a video of that up, by the way. If you want to revisit PSM Magazine, I've got a whole playlist on my channel where I'm looking at old issues that I've got. And I go page by page through those things, and I look at, what's in the entire issue. But they had a big feature on Castlevania Symphony of the Night that had a lot to do with me buying this game when I was a kid. Or asking for it, rather. I was only 17. I didn't have a lot of my own money. But there was no demo for this game or anything like that. And that was the age of demos too. Like, that's important to point out, is that PlayStation had demo discs coming out all the time through various sources. Like, you get them through PlayStation Underground or the official PlayStation magazine. There were these things called Jam Pack demos that would just like just be out there in the wild. I don't remember how Jam Packs ended up being around, to be honest. But a lot of games had demos, and you could try them out and everything, and you know, that was how I would kind of base a lot of my buying decisions and stuff back then. Was I had a demo and stuff. I did listen a lot to video game magazines. I took what they had to say as the gospel. And this game being one that didn't have a demo or anything, like, it had such high praise in PSN that they gave it a perfect score. I just suddenly, you know, took notice and had to get this because, well, if those guys said something was good, then you knew it was good. The other thing that helped Castlevania appealed to me so much, this game in particular, right? Like, I had played other Castlevania games back in the NES days. I didn't get to play Castlevania or Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo because I think I had sold my Super Nintendo by that point to get a Genesis so I could have the proper version of Mortal Kombat. But I was familiar enough with Castlevania, but was never really like super in love with the series. So what got me was the high praise in that magazine, but also I really liked that you played a vampire. I thought that was cool that you play this half-human, half-vampire, and you're gonna try to take down your full vampire dad, who's, you know, Dracula, the lord of all vampires. That seemed cool to me, and this came at a time when vampire stuff was cool in pop culture, right? Like, I had seen the movie Interview with the Vampire that came out in '94, so this was a few years after that, and I loved Interview with the Vampire. Man, I was a giant fan of that movie. I still am to this day. I still think it's a fantastic movie. But Alucard here, there's just something about his look and his voice. It kind of reminded me a bit of Louis from Interview with the Vampire. And you look at him there, and, you know, he's got the you know, Victorian-looking clothing on, and he just kind of has like a look like he's from around that era that the movie was in, or, you know, parts of the movie were in. So like, that appealed to me, and vampire stuff was like about to take off too. Like, it was like, that movie was really awesome, but it was kind of like the only vampire thing going on for a little bit. Then the movie From Dusk Till Dawn came out with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, and that was a really cool vampire movie. Very different, modern, right? Very fun kind of horror movie. But we didn't have, you know, quite the vampire boom just yet when this game came out. I felt like this was like the tip of the spear, and then more vampire stuff came out, and I was really into it. But I just really liked the look and feel of this game, and just immediately connected with it. So, been a huge fan. I love how you strike. This is the first boss, by the way. I love how you strike the enemy on the ground, and he cries out, and the one who flies comes and picks him up. That's a really cool detail. I love touches like that. Oh, now I've done it. Oh, screwing up. Screwing up. Screwing up. Okay, time to go heal. Let's eat us a pot roast, huh? Or a turkey? What did I equip? A turkey, alright. Go put the shield back in my hand. Nice. Great death animations there. Love it. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is load up that old save. And how am I going to do that? My system. Oh, yeah, you know what? I don't know. Is there a reset? Yep, okay. The old trick, holding down L1, L2, R1, R2, and then select start. And then we'll jump ahead here to my save where I'm 23.5% in. I like playing with the now loading thing. The now loading text. So I'm at the top of the outer wall here. Look at the map. And I love the outer wall. It's really cool because they have different weather, just randomly, right? You come out here and it's raining sometimes, or you come out here and it's super foggy. Sometimes it's totally clear. I really like that. It's a great detail. And there's another thing, actually, all the way down at the bottom of the wall, but I'll head there so I can show you. It's a really cool room. Little details like this really make the game, in my opinion. You got this dude who's just hanging there by his foot. It's kind of a bad way to go. Just strung up on the outside of the castle, hanging there by your foot. Oh, you got the elevator from hell. I love it. Boom. Just crashes down. Get that already? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to keep going all the way down to the bottom of the wall here because there's a cool room with a telescope in it and a bird. And I'll explain why both are cool. Alright, so here we are. It's kind of like a weird little study here at the bottom of the wall. Table, chairs. And here you've got the, well actually, we'll look at the bird now because the bird's here. But the first time you come here, the bird is not there, or the nest is not there, I don't think. It's just the bird. And you come back and then there's the nest. Now if I leave and I come back again later, the nest will have two little babies in it. And then you come back after that and then they're fully grown. It's just cool. It's just kind of a cool time thing. Now looking in the telescope here, I'm looking out into the lake outside the castle and I can see a guy on a rowboat, a ferryman. And it's important to note that that's there and that you want to look through that because there's a section of the game where if you get there, there's a bunch of water and if you haven't seen the ferryman through the telescope, he doesn't appear. So you've got to like basically jump your way through that section. And this is a door that mist could pass through, but I can't transform into mist. I also can't make that jump for some reason. This little lip here. But anyway, yeah, I like details like that a lot in games. For a game that I think people could look at and just easily dismiss as like, oh, that's an old-fashioned, 2D game. That looks like something on old Nintendo or whatever. It feels like that's something people would say who just don't know the game, right? There's a lot of world building in here, and there's a lot of cool little details like that, like the bird and the telescope and stuff, and just like right here outside this door, right? Like you've got this metal gate that was just completely busted open, leading into this room where you actually fight a boss who's your doppelganger. It looks like you, who's like you. That was a cool fight. Sorry, it's sorry I've done it. Sorry I did it in this save, so I can't like show you. Oh, so I could take the elevator up. I'm taking a long way just to kind of show the enemy variety that I love in this game. There's so many different enemies. Got that guy who throws his bone and kind of bursts into like flaming bones, I guess. Got that ape skeleton who goes down in a different way and throws a flaming barrel. Got this guy who burns. This guy who falls to a knee and kind of falls apart and burns. Oh, totally got impaled with an arrow. Skeleton archer. And check these guys out. I love these guys. These are one of my favorite enemies. Just because they're just like so cool and old-timey. And you hardly ever see those guys. They make few appearances in this game. And that's a great example of why I love this game, because somebody took the time to animate these enemies like those guys that just don't appear everywhere, right? Like, you've got some enemies in this game that I know you literally just see in one spot. And that's cool, because not everybody would take the time to do that. There's a lot of games that have, you know, a ton of the same enemy, basically. Like, variations on, like, 5 enemies total or something like that. To try and stretch it out to 20, you know, if you know what I mean. Things like that. And this is one of those games that doesn't do that at all. And I love it for it. So I'm going to go into the next area here at Clock Tower. And I'm going to be quiet and let the music play for a little bit and just kind of play the game. And then when I let it go for a minute or so, I'm going to talk about why the music matters to me so much in this game. So hang tight with me and enjoy this for a bit. Okay, so that's gone on for a bit. It's going to kind of loop. But this track in particular, I wanted to be quiet just because, oh, I can't get through there. I need to have something else to get me over there. Just realized I can't go this way yet. As I'm starting to tell my dumb story. I'm going to try one other thing there. I think I might be able to make it with the wolf. Nope, nope, can't do it. The wolf cannot jump that far, apparently. Figure out where to go now. No, yeah, he totally can't make it. Okay, so anyway, this song in particular stands out as an important one for me because it has a lot to do with my taste in my music now. I'm a big metal fan. I have been since, gosh, I was around maybe 11 or 12 years old. And in particular, my favorite band is Symphony X. And they have been since the late 90s. I'm a giant fan of that band. And I owe that fandom to this game, actually. Now, Symphony X isn't in the soundtrack or anything like that. They have nothing to do with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. However, it was that song, Tragic Prince, from the Clock Tower in this game that you just heard. That played, and I was like, wow, that is awesome. That is like heavy metal guitars and drums and stuff mixed in with, you know, woodwinds and string instruments like violins and cellos and stuff. That is really killer. I've never heard anything like that before. And so I got on a message board that I was going to at the time, and I just asked around. I said, hey, is there another game like Symphony of the Night that has, you know, music like that? Because I need some more of that in my life. And somebody who loves this game like I do and already knew about Symphony X suggested, hey man, you should check out Symphony X. They're a really cool band. The music seems like it could fit on the soundtrack for that game. And so I said, okay, you know, went and checked it out. And back then, there was no like Spotify or you know, iTunes or whatever. So if you wanted to buy music, you're still buying it on CD and stuff like that. And they had some websites that were selling music, but it just wasn't what it is now. I think I specifically remember finding a page where they were selling the Symphony X album. You could order it, and you could listen to like 15-second clips of each of the songs. And even though I only got to hear like 15 seconds, like I heard enough where I was just immediately in love, and I was like playing those 15-second clips over and over, and thinking about like a la carte in this game. You know, doing cool stuff, and thinking like, yeah, that does kind of sound like that could come from there. And I ordered it off that same website where they had the 15-second clips. Shitty ass Flea Man character. Damn it. These guys are such a pain in the ass. There we go. Okay, anyway. Ooh, jeez. Anyway, I ordered the CD, and while I was waiting for it to get there, I'd occasionally load up that site and listen to just 15-second clips of Symphony X. And, you know, since then, I've bought everything that they've ever made. I've seen them in concert several times. Yeah, I'm just a huge fan, and I wouldn't be had I not played this game and then fallen in love with the soundtrack for this game, and then asked people, you know, hey, where can I find something else? And you know, had some fellow gamer not told me about it. So I always thought that was, you know, really a cool kind of part of my history to owe to a video game, right? Like my favorite band ever, you know, wouldn't have happened had I not been a gamer. So it's cool. Gamer. I say that. I really don't like that term, actually. I don't know. There's something about it. Like, it used to be something different. To say that you were a gamer just meant like, oh yeah, you like playing video games. But now I feel like there's enough god-awful T-shirts with like stupid sayings on them that say I'm a gamer. Or like now I just don't like the term anymore. I was gonna say though that Koji Igarashi, the man at the helm for this game, has another game coming out called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. He left Konami some time ago, and Konami wasn't interested in making any more games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I don't know that this game was ever really a huge success over here in the United States. It's certainly critically adored, right? But I don't know that it sold super well or anything like that. So Konami got it in their heads that you know, this style of game was old-fashioned and nobody wanted it, so they tried to take the series into the realm of 3D, and they successfully did that, in my opinion.
It's been a long time, old one.
I'll be quiet for a moment.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
That librarian cracks me up. I love the way he sits back and he's like, really? Okay.
I'm interested in this.
Thank you.
Sell him jewels and stuff. Okay, so I know I need to buy
this.
the Jewel of Open, actually, right there.
Thank you.
So now I can open certain doors.
Thank you.
Gonna want a library card so I can come back here at will. I love this music, though. It's such great music.
Thank you. Farewell for now.
Such an awesome track. So anyway, back to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Koji Igarashi leaves Konami, and some years later says, hey, fans miss Castlevania games like that. Wow, my controller just straight up disconnected for a moment there. I had to fix that. What's going on here? Sorry, bear with me for a moment. My DualShock 3 has stopped working. That is super weird. Okay, we're good. Got it sorted. Anyway, if there's no more damn interruptions. Anyway, the Kickstarter for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night gets announced. It's a spiritual successor to this game, right? And I back that immediately. I'm a giant fan, right? Goes without saying. Okay, he's gonna make another one of these. Yeah, I'm on board. So I backed that right away, and found out that he was gonna be at PAX over in Seattle, Washington. PAX being a big video game convention over here in the States. It's one that fans get to go to. And he was gonna do a panel on the game. So I thought, oh wow, this is cool. I have a chance to go meet him. I'm not really one to go, you know, meet celebrities and stuff and like ask for a photo. And that's fine if that's your thing. It's just, it's never been mine. Just because I guess I just don't know what I'm gonna say, you know. But anyway, look at all those hits I took. Anyway, I go to the panel with 2 Symphony X CDs on me. I feel like it's taking me half an hour to tell this story because I keep interrupting myself. But I say to him, hey, this is my favorite band of all time, and I brought these CDs here because they wouldn't be my favorite band if I hadn't played this game. And it's because of your game that I discovered this band. And I didn't like go through the whole story of like, oh, I posted to a message board, somebody recommended it. I didn't explain that part. I handed him the CDs. I actually had to hand the CDs to somebody who was there as like an assistant to him because he didn't speak English. But this person could translate, so I gave them to them, who then handed them to Igarashi. And he was kind of looking at me, and I knew he wasn't going to understand anything I said. The translator was going to do that, but you know, hey, this copy of the CD is for you. This second copy is for Michiru Yamane, the composer for Symphony of the Night. And she's also working on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And the tracks that I've heard from that game sound fantastic. So, super, super excited. That looks like it's going to be everything that I've been wanting for years, really. But yeah, that was, you know, the one time that I wanted to, like, kind of track somebody down. Because he was going to be at the convention anyway, right? So as long as he was already going to be there, why not express a little gratitude and say, you know, hey, thanks. Like, my favorite band ever. I owe them to you. I remember giving his assistant the CDs, and then he hands them to Igarashi, and Igarashi's looking at the CDs, and then he looks up at me. I know that he's not going to understand me, so I just give him a thumbs up and a smile. A thumbs up and a smile. In retrospect, I wonder what that looked like to him. You know, it probably came off maybe a little dorky, perhaps. I don't know. He seems like a really cool dude, though. He seems super nice. Everything I've ever heard about him, being around other people and stuff. It's just that he's been a gentleman and he loves his fans and stuff, so who knows, maybe he didn't think I was too much of a goofball. Oh my gosh. Dog, you are scaring the hell out of me. I'm sure the microphone picked that up. My wife walked by in the room next to us here, and maybe he didn't know what it was, so he barked. Sorry about that. That'll be interesting to listen to later, see how loud that was. Okay, so I'm going to head over to a cool area now. I know I've got the that item that I bought in the shop so that I can get through the blue door here. We'll head over there, and then I want to go to the Cathedral, which is one of my favorite places in the game, along with the Clock Tower. The Clock Tower music's so great.
So, we meet again, Alucard.
It seems so.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle is different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
So I can't trust my memories, huh? Oh well, I'll do my best. Good luck.
Maria's a cool character. I like her. Their interactions are interesting. They're few and far between, but I'm gonna be quiet now. Actually, I know there's a save room right here, so let me go use that. I'll heal up. And this will be another section where I just pipe down for a little bit and play and walk through the area. But this music is awesome. It's so eerie. Okay, so now I'll talk again. We've gone through a whole cycle of the song. Oh, actually, I'll talk about this area right here. This room is so cool. So, this is a one-off room, and it's one of those areas where there's no explanation for why this is even here. Like, I don't know what it adds. It's just like a weird thing that they put in here, and it's cool. It's one of those things where you kind of, like, you draw your own meaning from this. So, you come in here, you sit down in the confession booth. Alucard talking to the priest nodding, you know, obviously listening. Gives him a blessing, and then, well, he doesn't do it this time, but occasionally he drops grape juice. And you hear the bell tolling in the background, just on a repeat. And you can sit in here for as long as you want. It just repeats like that. It's just cool. It's weird, right? And so you leave, you come back in, if you do it again. I think, oh, it's the same one. Okay, it's a friendly one. I wonder if he makes the drop this time. Yeah, there it goes. So you gotta jump over the booth. And if you sit in his chair, you get visited from somebody else. Obviously, she's upset, and Alucard just sitting here listening. and that just goes on. And you can just let that go. It's so weird. I love interesting stuff like that. And then she's on her way. So if I leave and I come back again, well, we still got the friendly one, actually. I give that away a little bit, I guess. But, oh yeah, here we go. Different visitor. See, she's up to something there. So you get this kind of malicious ghost who comes and visits there, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I just think that's really neat. I love things like that. It doesn't need an explanation. It just is there, and you just kind of look at it. And look at this enemy. I love how he cowers. You get up close and he cowers. But when you're far away, he's throwing his boomerangs, right? It's like, yeah, let's go. Dang it. I had my shield up. Oh, but now he's like, I'm sorry. Too bad. So many great little details and little stories kind of told in the animation. See that bird up there? He's gonna be a pain in my ass. So I killed him. Alright, cool. Got him in the first try. Yeah, that's usually what happens. We have these great bells at the top here too that I'll get to in a minute. Oh, I love this enemy, Hunting Girl. I love how you just see the shadow. Oh, crap. Busy admiring the enemy, and now I can make the climb again. Got him. She takes a lot of hits. So I can't go this way because I need spike breaker armor. Those spikes will annihilate me if I step on any of them. She's gonna mess me up too if I don't get out of here. Oh man. Let's equip some goodies here. I gotta heal. Temporarily raise defense. Yeah, we'll do that. And let's see. Let's eat the pot roasts. All healed up for the most part. I need something with better range. My range is so short. I've got the jewel knuckles equipped. But here's the bell I was going to talk about. Or I just mentioned, rather. I don't really have much to say about it other than that. I just like that it tolls when you land on it. That's something that's in a lot of different Castlevania games. Or has been since this one. That might predate this game. I mean, in terms of other Castlevania games doing it, but I'm not sure. Failing to get it. Got it just in time. I love little things like Alucard's backdash. He leaves the trail, the little image trail behind him. It's so cool. It comes off as just like super otherworldly. Before I imported the soundtrack for this on CD, oh, boss fight time, okay. Story will wait. Actually, I can talk during the boss. So, before I imported the songs on CD, because there was no US release for the soundtrack, at least not back then. I don't know if that's ever changed over the years, I don't think so. But I wanted to listen to the music while I was, like, you know, training for bike racing and stuff, which was something that I did when I was younger. And, or, you know, just getting around, going to school, whatever. So what I had to do was hook up a tape deck to the game, to the PlayStation.
You're very strong.
What is it you want? You didn't come here to tell me that.
You're right. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Of the Belmont clan? Of course, but...
He disappeared about a year ago, and I'm sure he's here. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
Thank you. So, you do know how to be a gentleman.
Another fun little exchange. So as I was saying, I hooked up a tape deck to the PlayStation and would literally just walk a la carte to a section of the game where I wanted the music to play. And then I would hit record on my tape deck and have a audio cassette tape of the Castlevania soundtrack. I spent probably a good 2 or 3 hours recording all the stuff that I wanted to and trying to get the cuts just right, you know. Fun times. You know, when I finally got the CD imported, which I still have, it's been hanging in there. I've been taking care of it all these years. That was awesome. Finally having a CD quality recording of everything, because tapes wear out over time. I had to make copies and stuff, and I had to do it right away in the beginning too, so because I knew my tapes were gonna wear out. But yeah, getting the CD was really cool. It had the great art that you'd see on the inside cover of the US version of the game, or the outside cover of the Japanese version if you ended up getting that version. They always had better art for the Japanese games back in the days. So it seemed anyway. It seemed like we very rarely got the better end of that deal. I never minded the Castlevania cover art, which was just a picture of the castle with like a dark blue sky behind it. I never minded that, but when you open up the case and you look behind the disc, there's this awesome art. And that was the cover art for the Japanese release. I was just like, well, why didn't they just keep that? Because it looks killer. Honestly, it just seemed like it was too good. Too good to be the cover art for the stupid American version of the game. I'm surprised they didn't put a picture of Alucard holding a gun or something on the US version. Cool, got my double jump. Yes! Oh, that's so satisfying. I love the double jump. One of the things that this game does best is give you access to... Jeez, this guy is murdering me here. There we go. I'd better heal. I was going to say, one of the things it does really well is give you access to these tools that open up new areas of the map. And so you just feel like, oh wow, I just got the double jump ability. I can't wait to go explore every corner that I've already been through, just to see like what I could possibly reach that I couldn't before. And let's see, where am I going to end up now? Oh, now I think I can do the clock tower section that I went to before, because I couldn't make the jump before. And let's see, it looks like, yeah, I can do one more, and this should be it, right? Yeah, okay. I'm up there in the northwest corner of the, or northeast corner of the map, rather. tentacles, which are really powerful. They do a good amount of damage, but I like to have a little more room between me and the enemy. But here we go. Let's hit up Clock Tower again. Yes, look at that. Oh, crap. Oh, good. Nice. Made it all the way across. So this area has a secret to it where if you sit and click these gears to a certain point, you'll unlock an extra room. I don't think I have the patience to sit and try to do that right now, though, because I'm going to have a hard time with the harpies and the Medusa heads. Maybe I'll give it a try. Man, there we go. Just thinking, geez, dude, that's a lot of times. There we go. There's the second one. Yeah, there should be another one that I've got to do. I remember the next one being harder to reach. Yeah, because there it is. It's over there in the water. I take damage to do this. Cool, got it. That wasn't so bad. This is gonna be... Yes, got it, okay. Did it open? Yes, okay, cool. Alright, let's see what we got. Gold breastplate, that's cool. Steel helm, yes, bring my defense up a good amount there. And then, what was that? That was like a rod of some sort that I picked up. Oh, it was a star flail. Okay, wow, 35. That's some good attack power. Yeah, okay, I'll use this for a little bit. Breakable wall there. Oh no, 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 no. Hurry up, get out. Ah. Oh man, that couldn't have gone worse. Fell all the way down. Okay, yeah, let's put on the, let's swap that out really quick. Put on the Mirror Curse so that I can resist stoning for a second. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to put on my better one, get my defense way up. I love that. Forget about the spells in this game sometimes. Not a huge spell user in this game. Stupid flea man pissing me off. So that was quite the little excursion, little side journey just to get a heart and life max up. Run! These guys are such a pain in the ass. Cool. Back to making my way out of here. So there's a lot of little secrets in this area. I say as I unsuccessfully look for one. Neither side of that have one either. Oh, so notice these statues in the background, right? Try not to get stabbed when you do it in your game. I love that. I always thought that was a super cool way to have that enemy continue on. Have like a second phase. And the version of him that you encounter in the outer wall does not do that thing where like the sword continues on after death. This is such a great sound effect, dude. That death scream. Okay, so notice the statues, right? They're pointing now. And you could easily walk right by those guys and not see, oh, what are they pointing at? It's like pointing down. I forget what's over here. I forget why he's actually pointing down that way. Oh, because they're pointing away, yeah. That's right. There's like this secret room back here with the healing mail. Which I think every step you take, you get like one. Every so many steps you get like one extra HP back. Yeah, it restores HP while walking. So let's check it out. Lowers my defense considerably. Yeah, the healing is very slow. You gotta walk, like you can't jump or like climb stairs apparently. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, so you can climb stairs, but you just can't be jumping at all. And here we go, here's all the little hidden walls I was looking for. It's an awesome guitar. So killer. That is absolutely why I fell in love with the soundtrack for this game. I liked all the other tracks and everything, but that was like the one where I really took notice right away and was like, oh wow, that's great. Gotta hook up my tape deck so I can put that on cassette. Listen to it on my Sony Walkman. One of the easiest bosses ever. Those torches coming on as the elevator goes up, so cool. Alright, so I know what you're thinking. I'm very close to the staircase for Dracula, but I'm not going to go there yet. I think I actually can yet. That is definitely the staircase, but I don't think I can get up there without the bat. Yeah. But I do have that cool jump kick. I know I didn't go in this door before, so let's, right? Oh, I did. This is another key room. Well, my bad. I'm an idiot. Okay, which way do I go now? We gotta figure out where I need to head to next. think I'm going to go back to... Yeah, I'm going to stay here, actually, and I'm going to just go... I'll go west on the map. Shield again. Oh, there it is. Cool. Got it. Dang it. There we go. That's how you do it. Oh yeah, why am I still wearing this crappy healing mail? Let's put on my gold plate. Hall, so yeah, I gotta keep going down. I know that there's a path I missed down here. I love how you can fall super far, by the way, and not just get annihilated and take damage. I wish you could cheat that somehow. You have to strike that yellow guy, and then that column moves, and you've opened up a shortcut there. But there's no way to hit him without being on the other side of that column. I love all the little details in the background here. Like this statue, you see this these two characters here, and two like angels there. Things like the woods just outside. I like that. Stained glass window. And then this room, yeah, this cathedral room is really cool. There's so much going on in this game's backgrounds, I just love it. The library, which we saw earlier, is another really good example. And I do want to go up that way, actually. The library's got just these giant halls with, you know, shelving, you know, like bookshelves and stuff. They're just like several stories tall. It's really cool. More stained glass in the background there. So what I like about this now is the double jump lets me access these areas that I couldn't before here. And there's just little pockets that have like items and stuff, but I always like coming back here to get it. And I'm wailing on this thing. But really what I should do is crush that little bone pillar and follow this thing all the way down. It just steamrolls everybody. Hoping I might catch it in time to damage it. Oh, and that little statue up there. I love all the moss growing on it. Just so full of tiny details like that. Like, there's just so much love put into this game. Oops. Got their necklace that I can put on. I definitely want that. Can I get it? Ah. Oh man, I am so close to making it. If I had an enemy that I could jump kick off of, I could totally make that. This one I can make. I need that other one though. I need it. There's another one I can't make. Okay, so you can't quite reach all of these. In my memory, I thought I could get to all of these more, though. Okay, so I just go up a little bit farther, and then I get to that room that you can see grayed out on the map. I'm gonna run from him. Carve me up. Oh, cool, yeah, so this is another shield I can get. Let's go ahead and equip that. Okay, I think I see where I should be going. Right? No, that's the room. Okay, just north of me is the room with the little yellow guy that I couldn't take down. I'm all turned around. I don't know where I should be going now. I'm going to be backtracking for a little bit here. Apologies. You get some cool music to listen to while I do it, though. Do I go up the tower? No, let's go down. Be a lot quicker. This guy down again. If I can jump kick off of that spiked ball. Yeah! Cool. Need to catch up to it. Do it again. Oh, I screwed it up. Yeah, if I had enemies up here, maybe I can bait this guy. That's one that I can make. The one below it is the one that I haven't. Yeah, that one. I can jump off this guy. Crap. Come on, this way. Crap. Crap. Screwed that up. Okay, I'll let it go. I'll keep moving here. I've been listening to that cathedral music for a while. We'll go back here, and I think I'm gonna go back to Dracula's castle, opening corridor. Go there so that I can get to the alchemy lab. Or no, this is the alchemy lab, right? I forget the names of the areas. I just know I want to go east of here. I know that there's a blue door that I've yet to go through. And that'll open up the underground area, which is cool. We'll visit that. We'll go to the underground area, and then I'll explore for a little bit and probably fight another boss. And then we'll maybe call that an episode. Also, really quick, once I get in here, I want to look at my equipment real fast. This Starflail, I think, is the most damaging thing I've got, right? Other than some of these one-time use items. That Cutlass. What about that Gladius? That's only 24. Yeah, Morningstar, short side. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna keep using this thing for now. Yeah, this was the area that I wanted to get to, though, so that I could head up a little bit, get to the blue door, and then unlock the underground. I think, is there an enemy list in here? No, so it's, I think it must be in the library. Actually, there's an enemy list, and you can read little write-ups of each of the enemies that you encounter. And that big demon thing that I just killed, it said that it seems reluctant to fight. It's kind of like notes that Alucard would make about each of these things. Or somebody would make about them. Another area with a lot of really cool, intricate details. I took down that flail guy a lot faster than I expected to. Oh, this area has one of my favorite enemies too. These guys, the marionettes. These creepy ass dolls with their heads that spin all the way around. I just think they're neat. Loop that they go through. Did he drop something? No, okay. Lots of great stained glass in the background here. Oh, and I'll back up just for a second. I noticed just as I was passing through here, see that like cow skull up there, or bull skull, whatever that is, cow skull I guess. It's just up there, right? Just like tons of little tiny details. A table that comes to life, you only see that a couple of times. There's just so many cool, like, one-off details. Better shot of the table there coming to life. Just love it. I love all those little details like that. So where am I? I gotta go... Yeah, I'm still on the right track. Keep going. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't past it. Oh, great. The clock room. Right, so... This is a fun little trick here. Discovering how this works, the ground opens up here if you get the right pieces to open that up and make the clock strike midnight, and then it opens up and you go fight a boss. But also, if you go in that room and you've got a certain sub-weapon equipped, like... Where is it? I know it's around here. It's close by. Make it so that if you don't have it, you don't have to go very far to get it. And then you can actually return back with it and open up. There it is. Okay, so now I've got the time, the stopwatch, rather, sub-weapon. So I'm gonna head back. Oh, nope. Give me that back. There we go. I like how there's a couple broken clocks in the background, and they're different. They're not just the same broken clock. Right, various states of decay going on there. So you use the stopwatch, and you can open up that side. Oops, and you gotta have the double jump so that you can get all the way up there. And there's a fake shield up here. A la carte sword, a la carte mail, a la carte shield. And it all looks like the stuff that Death took from you in the beginning. But it's not. Resembles family shield. Resembles family sword. Resist fire, lightning, ice? Question mark? Like, does it? And the defense is rather low on it, too. So it's cool because it looks like it's the stuff, but it's not. And if you're here at a certain time, the other side just opens. It's on like a regular interval that it opens and closes. So one side you need to have that sub-weapon, and the other side you just gotta get the timing right. And then you open up this whole other section. Love the music here. I feel like this composer, Yamane, doesn't get the recognition from like the outside world that she deserves for this soundtrack. I feel like the music is so beautiful, and it's just like written in such a way that's the whole thing, the whole soundtrack. It goes from like elegant to, you know, scary to just like powerful and energizing. Just really has like a lot of... Oh, and I love that sub-weapon, because you can slow this guy down. Take away all of his good toys. And do I want to go here yet? I think I do. Let's go here. It'll be fun. Great music, though. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but there's so many excellent tracks in this game. Here's another one, too. I love the music in this section. Didn't mean to use the stopwatch there. I thought I had the axe equipped for a moment. I'm so used to carrying the axe. It's my favorite sub-weapon. Alright, so I got my shortcut open. But I'm not going to go that way. I know that there's a save room nearby and a boss fight. And I'll visit both before I see the end of this video. Oh wow, this guy's just shot me right out of it here. Uh-oh, I'm in a bad spot. Time does not affect these guys either. Oh man, I'm slightly overwhelmed here. Let's heal for starters. What have I got? Potion. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay. Heal the 100. Let's use a monster vial. What do I got here? Oh, actually, use this throwing knife. Or this. There's two of them. I like that you can kind of slow things down for a moment. A dinky, shitty enemy. He did like nothing for me. Okay, use that knife. What else have I got? TNT. Let's use a magic missile. There we go. Phew. That could have been the end there. That was tough. I had to battle through that room. Okay, cool. So, I know that I want to let the music play for a little bit because it got really broken up there. It was pretty choppy for a bit, and we didn't even get to the awesome, funky guitar piece, so hopefully I won't get killed here. And I'm going to stop equipping and unequipping and all that and interrupting it. Let me just get my favorite shield out. So now I got a weapon and a shield, and is the broadsword better? Yeah, oh yeah, it's considerably better than the Alucard sword. Okay, so we'll keep that. Pretty sure that's my best option right now. Because these horse enemies are tough. Can't slow them down, and they take a good amount of damage before they die. Holy hell. I entered the save room just as the guitar was kind of doing its funky thing. Oh well, sorry. I'm gonna go fight the boss now. I think I'm feeling ready enough. Right, I'm on the path here, aren't I? Where am I? Yeah, I think this is the way to go. Nope, that's the way out. Okay, so I botched that somehow. That's the save room. Oh, I see where I gotta go now. Okay, I got it. Alright, I'm gonna go this way just to clear out this room since I'm here. This heart max up. Got a little turned around there. Kind of forgot where the boss room was. I know I can get up there. Cool death animation. Just the skull remains. Big dead enemy in the background, which is actually a boss in other games. That thing. You fight that in other games. blood cloak just because I'm down here. May as well. Whoop. There. Checking my map, making sure I'm still on the right path here. Okay, there we go. There's the path to the boss. So now that I'm here, let's see. Do I have a strength potion? I do. That's good. Keep that handy. I'll take that as soon as the fight starts. Free library card, so I can warp the hell out of here if I get overwhelmed. And I might.
Who are you? Open Hell's Gate. Come forth, my servants.
The scent of your blood. You're a Belmont.
Crush this flea who invades my castle.
Cool. Took my strength potion. Now let's equip any kind of stuff that I've got. What else do I have here? I already took some damage, which I'm not wild about. Got some TNT. Let's go ahead and use that. I don't see anything else that I've got to throw. Right? I think that's it. So let's equip some stuff to heal with. I'm gonna need some cheese during the fight. Immediately got hit. Okay, and we'll put my shield on again. This one hurts. Cool, got it.
I'm certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
Always got to jump when you get those. Got to be in midair. I love how it freezes it. Okay, so now I come over here. I got my mist. I'm good to go. I've got an elevator so I can get up and down as I please. Look at that sweetness right there. That is slick. Alright, so that is it. That's a boss down. That's power equipped. Maybe I guess I better go find a room to save in. Which I'm fairly close to. But, you know, thank you for hanging out and watching me play Symphony of the Night. Again, one of my all-time favorite games. A lot of history here for this game with me. And you can get this a lot of different places. It's pretty readily available if you want to play it and you don't have it these days. PlayStation Network, you can download it for the PlayStation 3, the Vita, the PSP, anything that you can play PS1 classics on. I know you can get it there, so go find it there. It's also on Xbox Live, and you can play it on 360 or Xbox One. It is one of those backward compatible games, and that's a good port as well. There's also a PSP game out there, what is it, Castlevania X Chronicles or something like that, that's got a version of Symphony of the Night in it that you can unlock. I think that they updated the voice acting and stuff, though. They may have, if I'm thinking of the right version, I know that they recorded some of the scenes and stuff, and the dialogue is different, and it kind of loses some of the charm. You don't have, you know, this a man, a miserable little pile of secrets, which is a shame. It's hard to imagine this game without that in it, but that version is out there. So anyway, go get yourself a copy of this somehow and enjoy it. It is a magical game. There's so much to see and do, and this map of the castle here, this isn't even half the game, honestly, because there's a lot of the map that I've not uncovered yet, a lot of hidden secret areas, and then there's a whole reverse upside down version of the castle where you go through it all again, and it's got different enemies and bosses and stuff in it, but it's all upside down and mirrored, so it's really cool. But yeah, anyway, hey, thank you again for hanging out and listening to me yammer on for a while about one of my favorite games. Catch you next time.